Where's Barney Frank? I mean, as being a mortgage person for 14 years and really having to quit because of this overregulation that the feds and the state government, and I'm in Massachusetts, so I'm close to New Hampshire, so I have to be licensed in New Hampshire as well. They're pushing people, small people like me, out so that these big banks never fail. And then, your only option is to go to a big, huge bank. Is there any reason why that bank is so big? Washington Mutual. Let me tell you something about Washington Mutual. In about 1999, I was doing loans, sending loans to Washington Mutual. 1999, okay? They did the biggest bunch of crap loans ever. But the loans that I was sending, the people had great credit, they had income, they were putting money down. But you think there's a coincidence that Washington Mutual went bankrupt? I mean, really? I mean, you think? First of all, when I sent loans there, they would be so busy that they couldn't underwrite the loan for like 3 weeks. All right? Then, when you send a vanilla cream puff loan to them, I had this one borrower. This guy he was the best. He had a house in Gloucester. It was worth like $2.5 million. Okay, he owed $1 million. He had $1.5 million in the bank. In the bank, cash, liquid. Right? Perfect credit, and he made I don't know, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month. You think that would go through good? No. Why? Because the underwriter at Washington Mutual wanted to give this hard-working American a hard time. Yeah, okay. So you give him a hard time with $1.5 million liquid in the bank, and then you give all these, lowlifes loans, and this is what happens. The writing was on the wall. Writing was on the wall. Now look, John Mack. Who is he? He's another one. These people really. Why? Why hasn't anyone gone to jail? Why? 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 Then they say, "Oh, it's the mortgage broker's fault." Yeah, right. Right. No one's standing up for, themselves, saying that, "Oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that." No one talks about that you get a disclosure 5 times when you applied for a mortgage. You get the same disclosure 5 times. I don't know. Then if one thing changes, you get redisclosed all that material. Does anyone talk about this? Ask questions, go over things? Or was every single person fooled? Or was every single person, all these people chasing, they were chasing the American dream. And then they got caught in a bubble. Well, you know what? I lost money in the stock market. I want my money back. How about that? How about that? In 2003, I took a huge loss. I want all that money back, please. So send me my bailout, send me that money back, and we'll be fine. That sounds good to me, doesn't it? It just makes me upset because, really, you got to understand bubbles, all right? And Greenspan talked about bubbles all the time. He talked about the over-exuberance, over-excessive, what low rates cause. you know? And what really happened was that everyone took their money out of the stock market and they thought, oh, yeah, real estate, that's a great investment. Nothing will ever happen there. And guess what? The bottom fell out. Oh, well, now you have to start over, you know? And all this government assistance, I mean, I don't even know if that's the right way to go. Why would you help someone that's delinquent on their mortgage? Why? Just to keep them in a house that's underwater? That makes no sense to me. I mean, I have compassion for people, but really, come on, get with it. At the end of the day, it's our tax dollars that are going towards this, and we're never going to get out of this hole. I don't know. It's just a lot, and you know what? I mean, you know, if you watch this CNBC, I mean, they're gonna cover all day about this. It's just incredible. Whatever.